What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Rob, also known as Checked Out. In today's video, we're going to be talking about this week's upcoming releases. This is the start of a new series that I'm going to be starting, and I'm not too sure if I'm going to be posting it on Sunday or Monday, but basically I'm just going to be covering this week's releases. This little series is going to be mostly focused on the profitable sneaker releases. However, if there are some cool shoes dropping that I think would be amazing personals, then I'll make sure to add that to the list, as some of you guys are personal buyers and you guys are looking for just the basic info on how to cop a shoe. And this week's releases are scheduled from today the 7th to Sunday the 13th. And for you guys who aren't in my Kirk group, here's some insight of what we've been up to in this slow week of releases. So we've pretty much been copping a whole bunch of bricks, building up FLX accounts and whatnot, and teaching our members how to do that so that we can win on hyped releases in the future. And if you guys didn't know, that's pretty much the name of the game, is you want to build up your accounts so that you are eligible to win either a reservation or exclusive access to more hyped releases. So if you are a beginner reseller or you have been reselling for a little bit and need some extra help, then consider joining our Discord cook group. I'll leave all the information, including the link, down below. So just check out the description below if you guys want to join. But without further ado, let's get into this. So as some of you might know, we did have the Nike Dunklow gold, white, and silver dropping in women's sizing on the Nike app today, and this shoe is pretty much a brick. There's not too much demand, if any at all, on the resale market. However, if you do sell on apps, you'll probably make a few bucks, but you could probably sell it locally for like 10 to 20 bucks profit. And so there's some pretty low stock on the Nike app. However, I advise my members not to really worry about this one. I mean, as always, there's free returns on Nike, so there's really no risk going for releases on that app. However, if you are low on capital, you most likely slept on this shoe, as there's not too much profit to be made anyways. And that's really the only drop that we saw on today, which is Monday. Now moving on to Tuesday, February 8th, dropping on the Nike app at 10 a.m. Eastern, we have 4 new Jordan 1 mids. I suggest everybody go for each and every one of these pairs because, again, like I said, there's free returns from Nike and you'll probably have some smaller profits. But I do expect the most profitable one to be the women's one, as that is a very nice colorway. So the black and pink one is the Jordan 1 mid black, pink, crimson, dropping in grade school sizing. This has a retail of $95 and resale market's looking okay with prices around $115 to $120, and I do expect them to drop a little bit after this release. However, this is a pretty nice colorway and could see a rise in the future. So then also dropping, we have the Jordan 1 mid reverse spread 2021 grade school. This pair, I don't expect to do well at all. It's kind of a brick, but you might as well enter it. This is dropping in grade school. I would stick to sizes 5.5 to 7, as those will have a little bit more of a market than the smaller sizes. Then a pretty good colorway, we have the Jordan 1 mid reverse Chicago dropping in women's sizing. This is a pretty decent mid, you know, just classic red and white. For market, it's looking like bigger sizes right now. Well, it's looking like market is actually all over the place, but an 11.5 is $192 on StockX. Expect prices to drop big time on this one. However, I do see this shoe rising in the future, as women's mids have been goated in the last year, and they've been going absolutely crazy. So I do personally have an 8.5 W right now that I copped for retail, and I will be sitting on it, as it's probably going to rise in the near future, as that's been the trend with the majority of the women's mids. So this pair, definitely do not sleep on it. And then the last pair dropping on the Nike app at 10 a.m. Eastern, we have the Jordan 1 mid SE light iron ore, and this retail is going to be $120, and it is also for the women's. And again, this is probably going to be the best SKU that is dropping all day. As we see, it's kind of got that grayish colorway, which we know does absolutely amazing on the aftermarket. And for sizes that you should cop, it's looking like all sizes are profitable, but again, really the sizes like 8 to 9W is really the ones that have been mooning recently, especially 8.5 has been doing the best. As we can see right here, an 8.5 is $180. Really bigger sizes in Jordan 1 mids for the women's have been kind of underperforming, as opposed to Nike Dunk women's sizing, where bigger sizes do great. So you kind of got to know your shoe and know which sizes do what. So definitely for me, I'm going to be going in this middle size range between 8 and 9W, probably 8.5W. So definitely don't sleep on this pair, guys. A great one to cop and probably a good one to hold as well. Then dropping in Asia, we have the Nike Dunklow Midas gold, and this is a pretty cool colorway. If it's dropping in Asia, it's probably going to be dropping in the US soon, so be on the lookout for that. Heading over to Wednesday, February 9th, dropping again on the Nike app in the US, we have the Jordan 1 mid diamond shorts dropping in the men's sizing. This pair is going to retail for $120, I believe. Oh, just kidding. On Nike app, it is $135. I don't know if you guys can see that right there. So definitely retail has increased a lot on Jordan 1 mids, so keep that in mind. However, this shoe is still going to be very profitable. As we can see market right now, even on early market, we see bids at around 180 to 200, with 200 being in these bigger sizes, like a size 12. So again, dropping on the Nike app at 10 a.m. Eastern, this shoe is definitely going to be one that you guys should cop and might even want to consider holding. However, market is fairly high already, so typically you don't want to invest in mids if it's already around like 200, unless it's a real moon colorway, which is a very good colorway, but it's kind of going to be like a bread one situation or bread one low situation. And the only real increase in value will happen over time and not necessarily because of the hype, because so many people are holding. So definitely just cop this release. You can sell it on release day, definitely for this high price around 200. Don't sell for anything less, but you can also definitely hold this pair as well, as it'll likely increase, but I just don't know how fast, but definitely a pretty solid shoe to cop. Also dropping on Wednesday the 9th, we have the Adidas Forum Power Phase Bad Bunny Benito. So this shoe is pretty unique, to say the least, and it's not necessarily one that you like see people rocking, to be honest. This is the reason why it has such high resale price, is because these shoes are very, very limited. So it is definitely a cop, but it is probably going to be an app mover, so you're probably going to have to end up selling on apps if you do get this. However, there's still definitely profit to be made on the Adidas forums, especially with the Bad Bunny collab. For example, we see the Bad Bunny pink Easter egg, which dropped last year. We have a bid of $569 for a 9.5. So there is definitely going to be a unique fan base for this shoe that would make it worth copping, or at least trying to cop. So if you are going to try to cop this shoe, make sure to download the Adidas Confirmed app. There is currently a raffle open for this pair, included with a nice cool graphic where you guys can really see that they're showcasing this shoe. And it's honestly not a bad shoe. It's definitely unique. So definitely enter. It's a randomly selected draw, so if you don't win, you don't win, but it seriously takes like 30 seconds to enter, if that. So you might as well, as there should be profit to this shoe, as the previous Bad Bunny collabs have had an amazing profit. So definitely enter up. Moving on to Thursday, February 10th, in the US, we have the acronym Blazers dropping on the sneakers app. Both of these pairs will be retailing for $140, and this is a pretty unique pair, so it is a collab with acronym, so I expect stock to be very, very limited on this. And aftermarket is looking okay. Size 12 has a bid of $190. However, I do expect resale prices to severely crash after this drop, as this just isn't a shoe that, in my opinion, I don't think it's going to have much of an aftermarket. But of course, Sneakers app does have free returns, so if you guys feel like this is going to resell, then by all means go for it. But I'm pretty sure you'll be okay if you skip out on it. And that applies to this pair as well, the other acronym Blazer that is dropping. So do with it what you will. I'm personally big sleeping. Asia is also getting the Nike SB Dunklow Fog, so that's something to look out for. Moving up to Friday, February 11th, we are getting an absolutely huge release that we just got huge news on today. So the Dunklow Union Passport Pack Pistachio will be dropping this Friday, February 11th, and Union did just tweet out that they are going to be doing a first come first serve release on their online website, which is absolutely huge news. This means that we're going to be seeing a release procedure just like the Alma Manier 3s and 1s, and as you guys know, those releases had tons of manual W's, so you guys have some pretty good chances of manually copying this shoe. And this pair will be retailing, this pair and the other Union Dunks will be retailing for $150, and expect them to have crazy resale, 500 and up. So this is definitely going to be a super limited drop, but we should be seeing some manual W's if they do the first come first serve procedure right. Hopefully they take notes from Alma Manier and they do a domain change, something like that, as that's how we see the most manual W's. And of course, all the information on copying this pair will be available to the users in my Discord. I'll be doing not only a voice chat with all my members, but I'll be doing a written release guide to prep all of our members so that we can all cop. If you are interested in joining the cook group, link below. I forgot to mention the Unions will be dropping on their website at 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific, I believe. So your typical sneaker release. Also dropping on Friday the 11th, we have the New Balance 993. Guys, I never knew how to say it. The something Leon doors. And these are scheduled to be dropping on February 11th at 10 a.m. Eastern on the New Balance website, and expect tier 0 retailers to be getting this and releasing them through a raffle. This might be a little bit on the riskier side with a retail of $230 and not too many bids being listed on StockX. There's definitely some room for profit depending on how limited the stock is, but I'm not too sure how this type of 993 model does. However, I do know it is a collab, and this type of collab typically does well, but I'm probably going to end up sleeping. But if you guys do go for this, hopefully you guys cop, and hopefully there is a lot of profit for you. Also dropping on Friday, we have the Jordan 5 Low Girls That Hoop dropping in women's sizing, and this shoe is a complete brick. Nobody buy it. And finally, for the biggest release of the week, we have the Jordan 5 Racer Blue that is going to be dropping on Saturday the 12th. And this one will be retailing for $200 in the men's sizing. And honestly, guys, this shoe is pretty cool, but it's most likely not going to have very significant resale value, and I would only really cop these to put points on your FLX account and your Finish Line and JD accounts. And the reason for that is because if you didn't know, those are how you win reservations. Like, if you didn't know, your accounts need to have purchase activity, they need to have points, they need to have a long list of order history in order to be hitting on other more hyped releases consistently. So I have a whole video about this if you guys want to go check it out. But this will be dropping at 10 a.m. East at most major retailers such as Sneakers, Foot Locker, Finish Line, all that good stuff. And here's a list on screen. There's definitely going to be a lot of places to cop this. You can even cop from Dick's, Snipes. The Chic app has started doing draws. So there's definitely plenty of opportunities to be copying this one, guys. If you do want a personal pair, it will not be that hard. And I also imagine stock on sneakers is going to be pretty big. But if you are going to be copying these for your points, definitely only cop these for in-store pickup on release day, so that way you could sell for the most amount of profit, because I don't really see too much profit if you guys buy this online and then a week later all the pairs land, and now you're competing with people who are quick selling a shoe that didn't already have that big of a market. So definitely, if you are going to be copying these, my recommendation is stick to in-store purchases only on the release day for the most amount of profit. Also dropping on Saturday, we have the Jordan 6 Retro Low Atmospheric in the grade school sizing. Definitely sleep on this. This is a brick too. But anyways, guys, that's about all I got for today. Let me know if you did enjoy this video. I do want to make this into a weekly series, preferably dropping it on Sunday evening, so you guys get to see the whole entire week full of releases. So let me know if you guys want to see more of that content. Thank you for all the support you guys have been giving me. We are at 939 followers. We are about to hit 1,000 followers, which is a huge milestone. Honestly, like, it's been crazy, absolutely crazy growth. So for the people who are new here, let me know what kind of style of content you guys want to see. I like to do release guides, how to cops, release information, all that good stuff. So let me know down in the comments below. But most importantly, have a good night and good luck on these drops.